Welcome back, everyone. The 57 Chevy frame is on the ground and ready to go, so we're going to get it over to the other shop and get the body dropped on top of it. Then Kevin can get going on some interior and Greg can get the wiring started and I can start doing some exhaust on it. Well, we got the 57 undercoated, the frame over here at the other shop ready to go. So we're going to roll it in and drop the body on top of it. Now that the body is on the frame, we can get it bolted down. We can get the bumpers on. We can get the engine wired up to the rest of the car. Gauges, get the exhaust done, get the drive shaft in, that last bit to get it going. And Kevin can get going on some interior. And it is almost ready to go. We got the body bolted on the frame, so now we're going to get the core support in here with the fans. Get that bolted up into place. We can get the radiators in, intercooler, then we can start running our AC, put the rest of the front drive on this motor, get our lines ran inside. Greg has started on some of the wiring. He's gotten the radio wired in. And we have the gauges ready to go in, the gauge cluster ready, but we have to get the steering put together before we can do that. We'll finish up the brakes so we can roll it around the shop, stop it, whatever we need to do. Get the clock wired in. Kevin will get going on the interior. This started out, the guy wanted to keep the interior that was in it, but he changed his mind and wants a newer, updated interior. In the back here, I welded in a floor pan here. We took the spare tire well out and I put that piece in. I seam seal all of the seams on it so nothing leaks, nothing come back in the car and ruin the carpet in the trunk. And over here, I put a piece back in there. There's an original divot down in there and the rear end is very close to it, so when I run my exhaust system over the rear end, if I don't open that up a little bit, it won't have enough clearance for the 2.5-inch exhaust we use. So we can get the bumpers going here next. Then I can start running my exhaust without the bumpers on. I won't know where it's going to come out or how low I need to get it. Some of the other projects we have going on in here. This is a customer's 55 Chevy. He bought it. It was already all painted. Somebody had torn it apart, painted the whole thing, and decided they were done doing it. So he bought it for a pretty decent price. We put our frame underneath of it, Corvette suspension, LS3. We got our intake in. We use exhaust wrap on our intakes and it cools the temperature of the intake by like 60 degrees. And it makes a huge difference for tuning. You can get a lot more power out of them doing that. Again, this one has AC as well. We've already got all of our lines ran. This one is running and driving. We are doing a couple last minute things. The windows need to finish getting put in. We've got the majority of the glass in, but once we get our windows in, the rest of the trim on, Kevin will start doing the interior on this one as well. Dakota digital gauges. Along with this 55, we've got a lot of 55s going in here right now. This guy has been waiting to have this done for a while. He is a farmer out of Red Lodge, and he is very, very excited about this car. It's got a sniper system on it. Got a couple things to clean up underneath there. Once again, Kevin's doing the interior on this one as well. He has the headliner done for it, but he needs these pieces put on to get the headliner in. So we got those put on for him, and he can get going on this one here pretty quick. He had these older rims up front here. They're just Corvette wheels, but he decided that the Budniks would look better on there, so we bought those instead. And on this side, this 55 is very, very close. They're almost the same exact color. This one's got a little more green into it. And he's going to change his rims as well. He's building a pickup too, so he's going to put these rims on his pickup and get a different set of rims for this. So they're never done being built. Kevin is almost finished up with the interior in this. He has done a gorgeous job. It's all leather. Has the headliner done. He built a center console for it. We've got all of the gauges wired up. He's got the carpet, the floor mats. Still have a couple pieces to put on the seat. There are door speakers in this one. It's got tweeters up by the handle there. Another driver's seat over here. Very, very close to being done with this one. Same setup. It's an LS3. It's got air conditioning, Corvette suspension. It'll be a 6-speed automatic. Very, very clean cars. We usually have a lot of different cars going on in here, but it's kind of nice to have 3 55s at the same time because everything's the same. So when you do one thing to one, you can do it to the other. These two are hardtops, along with this 57, and this one is a post. So we've definitely got a lot going on in this shop, but being that we've been working on all 3 of these side by side, they should all leave shortly after each other. So that's what we've had going on this week. Tune in next week to see what projects we're starting on. It'll be most of the same stuff, but these will be a little further along. Got a couple things going in my shop now. Some of the parts for that 57. And we'll be back next week to update you on some more projects.